Joy Quilts are Dawson, Alberta. What we're doing here is the final border of the quilt that had two different borders and a different center. So what we've done is the outside border and the inside of the quilt. And now what we're going to do is go back and drop that last border in. Sometimes it's easier to work from the center out. Sometimes it's easier to do the last border and then work in the space that's left. So now what we've done is we've set our safe area, which is the area that we want to drop this pattern in. And we've expanded our pattern to be the maximum size for what can go in that area. Next thing we're going to do is pull up the bobbin thread and get started. Okay. There it goes. So you notice that it's dropping that design pretty close to that line. Almost going right up to that little black thin line. Actually, we are going right up to it. And on the bottom, we're going to come down to the bottom of the little red border. Now the way this was done is we took the design and we stretched it to fit the exact space that we wanted. And then we just dropped it in. So a little easier than the outside border, which if you remember we took the design and mirror imaged it to itself, went back into the software and digitized it so that it would stitch all in one row. So you don't really want it stopping in the middle to pull up a thread, especially if you can just do it this way. This is an interesting quilt. We used silk batting, silk and cotton blend batting, which has a bit of a different texture. And of course, one of our favorite threads is King Tut. It's a fairly large quilt. It's about 88 inches square. So it's sometimes it's a bit of a challenge to get these last borders on, especially when they're different. And you're really trying to drop them in the same spot, so you kind of have to make sure your quilt is even right across the whole frame. This kind of border too, you don't want to go too far away. You want to make sure you're right there in case something isn't visually what you want it to be. Every once in a while you'll find that the quilt will pull up more in the center than it does on the two sides. So you want to be there to make sure that you can be that human clamp, and if you need to pull it down or let it go a little bit, you're there to do that. As a general rule, I don't leave the quilts because something will always go wrong. You'll run out of thread, or a thread will break, or something will happen. There'll be a seam ripper left where it shouldn't be, or a cat will want to jump on your frame or something. So it's always better to be right there. And that is perfect. The way that's intersecting, it's hitting right at the spot that we want it to hit. That's it for this video and this border, and this quilt will be out on Instagram probably by the end of the week if I can get the binding done. joyquilts.com, Facebook, Instagram, hotmail.com.